The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. Yeah, man. Whew. Long week, long day.
Man, it's been a long year, man. You know, but we still got more coming.
Yeah. On from one thing to the next, but it's all good when you're in good company and good people around you. We at the Streets A&R Podcast. You know, we represent the streets, and the streets don't mean everything bad. It's just what the people on. We can represent all of the people, and we A&R. And it don't always got to be music.
That part.
Music is a conduit. It's a connector, but it ain't the everything. It's a language, but we trying to speak through it. And music connects us, but it ain't the only thing, because the one thing based in music and like the music we love, hip hop, are words. And words have meaning. Words have power. And today, we've been blessed. We on a streak. I don't know what we doing.
Man.
I don't know what we doing right, Johnny.
Man.
We making plays out here.
Making plays.
But we got somebody that got away with words. And we're going to have to let him tell his story on how those words came about, what those words represent, and get into some real conversation. Ain't too many people you could just deep dive with and get busy with. You know what I'm saying? So we got Baltimore.
You gotta be specific.
My bad.
East Baltimore.
East Baltimore. Where at though? Where you said Lafayette Project?
I'm from. That's where I was born. I'm from down the hill, though. I grew up down the hill. But yeah, I was born in Lafayette. My family from Lafayette. I'm from down the hill.
Down the hill. And if you're from there, you know what that means.
My Lafayette people, I love y'all. I swear to God, I love y'all. I love y'all, but I came up. They tore the projects down, and we had to stretch out a little bit. It's love.
It's all good, but yeah, we got a legend in the making.
Man.
A man of many words, but in a good way. Most times you don't need many words, but these words are written. They say you hide the best information. If you want to hide something, put it in the book.
That part.
So this man is making sure he writes it in the book, but he's giving up the game. He's giving up his story. And it's amazing the parallels between even these two people to my right. You know what I'm saying? So we got a special guest in the house, man. He just tore it down at my job, speaking engagement, man. We got none other than our brother D. Watkins in the house, man. Give my man a round of applause out here. We gave him a horn.
Man.
Thank y'all for having me on, man. I appreciate it, man. It's been nothing but love.
Yes, sir, man. It was bumpy getting up in here, man. Just traveling with people back. Traveling is crazy.
Yeah,
had a little bit of delay, but he up here in the O for the day, getting back out. You know what I'm saying? Family man, but it's always good to connect with people who you got some similarities. But we gonna jump into some combo just so the people are familiar who you are, and just to let you know, you can say what you want to say, how you want to say it on here. This ain't the university. This ain't the Jesuit University in here. I'm glad they don't follow me, because I might get my ass fired. But just let the people know who you are and what you're about.
I'm a writer at the core. That writing stretches out to a couple of different things, but I have some books. I have a television show out. I have some other television projects in production. I've been teaching at the University of Baltimore for like 8 years. I've been at it 7 years. I've been at it for a minute. And I'm like a local guy, man. I love my city, man. I love my town. Like I can say I love Baltimore because I've been offered some pretty cool jobs at some nice places, and some nice cities, Berkeley and Los Angeles, and early on NYU, but I never left home.
Yeah, man. Well, so what kind of makes you stay want to stay grounded and stay at the house? Like, what makes you what part of Baltimore is pulling you so hard?
Yo, it's the fact that it's like beyond the fact that I got over 100 family members in the city. Beyond that, and the fact that my wife's family is there too, it's that like Baltimore just don't care as far as like they give you like a rawness for me that helps me excel in the art world. Like, I think I did really something special. Like I think I did something special, and I jump up to talk about it, and it's always somebody from the neighborhood. They be like, "Oh man, go ahead, man, fuck out of here." I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Like roll up, like So the fact that like my city, nobody treat me weird, everybody keep me on my toes, and they still show love and that they proud of me. The combination of those things makes me scared to enter a different reality sometimes because it's so comfortable. And I know you're supposed to get comfortable being uncomfortable, but I feel like with all of the way I move around, I need that hub, and I feel like I got it there.
Yeah, man. I think it's a lot like the more we've been talking even about the city, it's like, man, this sounds like a big ass Omaha.
Man.
And like it really do. Like and from the individuals, the way the city is set up, the way the people treat each other, and the way the people are treated by the people in the system, it's like parallels, bro.
The last spot you took me to is a spot like that in Baltimore. That's why I just kept looking around, because it's kind of like in this country, I feel like black people in this country, I truly feel like we're like tribes where we have we have similarities, but then we have our rituals that we just practice in different regions. Because it's spots like when you be like, yo, we all got together and we made sure this spot happened. That's something that we would do back home. It's similar. I think for me, and I would love to hear you speak on this. For me, I think the flip side to what I said about how much I love being home is that when you from a place, you connect it in like a different way. So like if I was in New York and something crazy happened, I'm just D. Watkins, the writer in New York. So I could just say, wow, that was crazy. And then like I just go home and, live like a life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I'm in Baltimore and something crazy happened, I'm expected to do something. There's people who they not gonna call me, they're gonna knock on my door. It's you connect it, or you feel that pain and that trauma in a different way, because it's not a kid that got crack. It's not a kid that got smoked. It's a kid, and his mother, and his uncle, his grand. So it's like that weight, it weighs on you. But nah, it's that's the flip side to it. But nah, it's Omaha definitely where you took me at. The segregation piece feels like Baltimore. The art piece feels like Baltimore. So for people from Omaha should pull up, and people from Baltimore need to get that Omaha. We can stretch that community out.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy because I told you the story about my student, who one of my first students who had got murdered by her own family member. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no separation. Like to other people, like, oh man, that's wild. But like, nah, she just wrote this paper for me. Like I know her peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like my students is in class, and we got to deal with the trauma side of this and the grief side of this, and bump all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different. There's no degree of separation emotionally or physically. So, and it's a blessing and a curse to be able to have that access. You know what I'm saying? But it is a not necessarily a pressure, but a weight that you have to bear, a cross you got to bear, and somebody got to bear, because that is showing of care, bro. Like somebody got to care for on a real level, not a tweet level, not a man peace and condolences.
Right. You be all right.
Yeah.
You be like, you be all right. How you know? Like what that even mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like when I don't do that. Like I don't never tell a person, yo, I know how you feel, because you really don't. Like, I don't know how you feel. Like, what you mean you know how I feel? Like, even if it's a similar situation, like, I not handle it how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to be like, I hope everything is okay. If I could do anything, let me know. For me, it's better than, oh man, I know exactly how you feel. So since I see you going through pain, let me take this opportunity to make it all about me.
That part.
Yeah, man. Well, we selfish in so many ways we don't even realize it. We just do it out of habit.
Yo, it's wild, bro.
Literally selfish, boy.
Yo, it's wild.
We can't even share care and concern. Let me insert my issue.
Tell you what I've been through.
My unresolved shit.
You got a minute? Matter of fact, you got an hour?
Yeah, man. Sometimes I want to get into some of the real shit. So just knowing a bit about your story, bro, and like knowing that basically you done had two lives in the same city. Walking the streets that you used to work the streets. How was that just adjustment, especially early on, and especially early on when your ass was still broke as a writer? Did you ever get, you know what I'm saying, that, man, I ain't got to live like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how was that, just that adjustment, bro, of doing this and now coming back in the city, not back, but being in the same spot doing something else, something that's more fruitful for the spirit, I'll say.
It's funny because when I was in the street, I was hustling. I had, towards the end, I had a lot of space away from Baltimore. As the decline happened, it was gradually. So I didn't lose everything at once, lost everything. It's like from a time period of not bringing anything in. You know what I mean? So I kind of slowly went broke. I didn't, they didn't snatch the rug under me. Right. It's like, I got a lifestyle. I'm used to this lifestyle and I'm not earning. And then, and then it's like, oh, wait a second, there's a crisis. But I think I was also like, my mind was changing and my priorities was changing and my value system was changing. So it didn't necessarily hurt. And I didn't have the biggest struggle story in my the neighborhood I grew up in. I had friends that sometimes they had running water in their house. You know what I'm saying? So like I've seen it's levels to it. Like even poverty, there's levels to it. Like it's levels to it. Somebody can live in this projects and have a mother that cook dinner every night and have new clothes for school and whatever. And then somebody can be 2 units down and literally not have nothing. And it'll trick you like that. And you're having two different experiences. But for me, I fell off, but I grew so much that I didn't feel it. And I wasn't and it's wild because a lot of people who I was around at that particular time were like more, oh, we respect him because of how I moved. Like I was never a bully. I never tried to take things from people who I could have taken things from. It's people that's locked up. I didn't send them all kinds of money. I gotta be like a Guinness Book of World Record for green dots. Like it got like if y'all doing the book Guinness, check my green dot. Like yo, check the money I put on people's books. So it's like all of these things are like. So I never had it wasn't like a crisis. I always been a hustler and able to, rob Peter to pay Paul to figure something out. But it was more or less my name is really good. So even though I wasn't making money, I had respect. So the experience of a person who's broke with no respect is not the best experience. Right. Just like the person who's like in poverty next to the person in poverty who got 50 pair of Nikes. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real thing. So it's kind of like that.
That's funny because we done had that discussion on keeping your name good. Like literally just keeping your name good. Like even no matter what, if you about what you say you about, regardless of the outcome, your name is good and it carries.
Yo, the one thing I hate more than anything is not doing what I say I'm going to do. So my manager was like, hey, so you up for a radio show when you get there? And I'm like, yup. And then you up for whatever? Yup. And then I cancel the plane. The first thing I say, yo, did I miss the radio show? That's the first thing I say because I said I was going to do it. And I don't like to say I'm going to do it, even though it's not about Southwest fault. But is you say you're gonna do something, you should do it. You should never say you're gonna do something and not do it. Like, I don't care what the stakes is, I don't care what it is, I don't care where you at, I don't care if it's, you know what I'm saying? If you made the promise to a 2-year-old who you don't even know like that, if you say it, you got to stand on it.
Yeah, man. It was even cool. I seen like J. Cole do that. He had promised a fan early on, like, yeah, if you
come on,
graduate
man,
college, I'm gonna be there.
Pull it up.
He was literally at the college. Like, I said this like 8 years ago, but I meant it. Like,
graduation looked boring too, but he pulled up.
He pulled up. It was the only life there. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, man.
Got to.
Yeah.
Oh man,
we can go. Man. Yeah, we off the
got a million questions
off
man.
The Creighton clock now. We good
off the Creighton clock, man. I guess for me, one thing that I want to know is coming from some of those challenges, facing some of that poverty. How did you let some of those experiences shape you? But how did you not let them define you as to becoming D. Watkins?
You know, for a long time, I think they did define me. I think I would be a liar if I act like the money I made or the people I hung with or the reputation that some of us had wasn't my identity. I just didn't know what my identity was supposed to be. Like, until I met different types of people, like, I didn't know that I was doing it wrong. So, so we outside, right? We outside, we in front of a bunch of people. You say something crazy, I'm not going to, I wouldn't speak. I wouldn't try to address it. I wouldn't try to figure it out. If you say something crazy, I got to respond in the way I'm supposed to respond to somebody that say something crazy. That's just the mentality. That's what it is. And you don't understand how ridiculous that is until you get around people who are like, yo, what? That's how you know what I mean? And you're looking like, you growing and you start to understand that the way you're doing it is wrong. And that was the big thing for me, is like, so to answer the question in the way, in the realest way, is that if I had some type of, if I had something that I thought I should be subscribing to and I was choosing to do something else, then I would be, it's kind of wrong, but I thought I was who I was supposed to be. That's what I thought. And then I thought differently, and I was fortunate enough to make those changes.
Man, I love that. I know in the book you changed some people's names to protect identities and, statutes of limitations and stuff like that. But in your book, Black Boy Smile, you mentioned one of your friends, a friend of yours who wasn't necessarily involved in the street life, and I believe his name was Troy. How was it growing up in that environment where some people is on that, but then you have people like Troy who wasn't on that? And how did you balance being around individuals like that?
Yo, I used to love, that's my bro. Like, and we still close. Like, we still close to this day. He ended up going to college, back to college and finishing. He ended up like, he has a real success story. Like, he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing right now. He got like 2 master's degrees, and he's like some type of, whatever, computer wizard, right? He's doing his thing. And I used to love hanging around him because he used to talk about things that had nothing to do with street stuff in a way that seemed like there was something more than what we was doing. And like, those conversations with him kind of played a role in my own personal transformation. The problem is that he had a firsthand seat at the money. And he would compare the money he would make from his job. He would try to compare it, with us. And he would be excited about like, oh yeah, I got these Air Max. And it's like, we go to the store, and this is back when people used, people don't do this now, but people used to buy their sneakers from retail stores. Like, you can go to a retail store and get some Jordans and Pippins, pennies, whatever, and they just be there. Like, now with all this sneaker culture, you can't really go to the store no more. Back in the day, you go to the store, but we go to the store and we would buy like 40, 50 pair of tennis, and it was just like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't a thing. And I think, the girls, Troy's always been like a super, 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 super like crazy over the girls. So like, in our dating pool, a girl would compare a working man like him, to street dudes like us. We don't value the money the same way. We basically, from his perspective, we could have been setting money on fire. from his perspective, he put in 80 hours of work, 90 hours because you got overtime or something like that, then he spent a lot of time doing it. Whereas, I'm not saying we didn't work hard, because we did, but we didn't work in the same way. We didn't pay taxes. We didn't understand like financing and like, you know what I mean? We didn't have like it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I think we helped each other in a way, because I pulled him out of a tough situation that he couldn't get out on his own. And when he got out of it, he created something that was really bad, and I fixed it. And I had to stick my neck out to fix it, but I fixed it for him, and he never looked back. And he's living a good life right now. I'm super proud of him.
Yes. Hey, them videos, them girl, they asking, would you date a 9-to-5, a scammer, or a drug dealer in order? Drug dealer is not number one. Scammer was the overall number one.
Scammer gotta be number one. Nobody look like they had more fun than scammers. Like,
other people money though.
Yo, scammers be looking like they have fun, dog. Like they come with hookah. Like they look like they like I feel like I ain't doing it right if I go party or something. Like I feel like I don't know, but I feel like I need like a scammer friend, because I feel like I don't like the furniture in my house. It ain't right. You need a scammer to design it. Like they gonna put that shit together for you.
Hey, they the ones with doing all the Wayfair shit.
Man, what? They got the vision, bro. Scammers got that Wayfair vision, man. They can lay that shit out for you.
man, shit.
Wayfair be geeking, dog. Like they'll send a couch and then take a year to send the pillows. You be like, yeah, bro. Like
they had other priorities. You know what I'm saying? That dresser over here cost this, but you put the word Ashley in, it cost that. They got other priorities.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Omaha World Series, College World Series on that one.
Yo, did I lose sound in my earphones? I don't hear myself in the earphones, but as long as y'all recording, I'm good. I don't need it because I can hear them fine.
Okay.
Oh, you can hear us though?
I can hear y'all good.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you now. It's back.
Oh, okay. Maybe a little short.
No, it's all good.
Hey, y'all, follow the pod. We need some more money to get some better half.
We still trying to afford that P that's up there on the hip hop. So
y'all playing with us. We ain't nobody trying to be out here like that no more. Tell them, Johnny. Don't backslide, Johnny.
We ain't trying to backslide. Shit, we ain't trying to be like that no more. Shit, drop them subscribes. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get our monies up, man.
But shit, I just be thinking like, damn. I'm like, how deep we want to go? Because we done already had some.
No, we can. I mean, we can go there, bro. Like that's what we got to, man. Because you do this, it ain't just about. Yeah. It's bigger than us, man. It's for the people that need to know, like, the fuck is out there, bro.
And I'm like, it's crazy because me knowing Johnny and knowing his story, like literally there's a lot of mirroring with your story, bro. And most people don't know. And we had that conversation time. Like people don't want to know. They know Johnny. They don't know Devontae. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like so. I want to hear even from Johnny the same similar question of walking the same streets, the streets you used to run doing this when you had different nicknames, you know what I'm saying, versus now, but trying to get out of the rut and like knowing how easy it is to get up in there. Like as somebody that don't, like I'm probably more like your boy Troy. Like I'm around, you know what I'm saying, but I'm on the straight. I guess you can put the straight and narrow for the most part. But
I should say though, when Troy got his hands dirty, he got him dirty. Dog.
Oh, he got yeah.
Oh, when he got him dirty, Yeah.
I love the story.
He got him dirty.
Tweety, that shit was crazy, bro.
But
I see what you mean though. But
I be trying not to because you get close calls. I tell only difference between me and somebody else is I didn't get caught. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like so. But yeah, man. I think y'all's stories are so parallel that people should truly know. Like Johnny got a crazy story of handling, if you don't mind me, handling a dude. Basically, we call them shooters in the hood, but they serial killers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having to break into his place and he having to shoot him. and even the mental aspect of not killing a dude who done did all this dirt. It can weigh a ton. Like, did you do in that time what God probably prepared you to do and didn't even know it? I just want to hear from Johnny and from you about just some of those battles mentally, of almost like how the streets prepared you for the battles of the real world. Like how did that prepare you, or what did it do to your psyche on that level?
Man, that's a heavy question. I think that, just unpeeling some of the layers of that, what did it do? I think it prepared me to be able to see the good and the bad in the people and accept human nature for what it is.
Okay.
There's you got the God and the devil, but you got the good and the evil, and the good and the evil, or the God or the devil, is in every individual. And I think what it did was it showed me how somebody can take a situation that could be used in a negative light, but that negative situation could propel a person forward. And so if I didn't have my interactions with the individual who put my life at harm, and all of the things that came with that, I wouldn't be the person I'm here today. Some people can only learn the hardest lessons through trials and tribulations. Some things can't be said, some things can only be seen. And I was on a trajectory of my life where I had ascribed to the bullshit. I was running by the name Lil Killer, and I needed divine intervention in order to see the creator or the creative in me. And so, it's a loaded question, man. It's like, it's one of those things that what sometimes we think is evil or what we think is bad, the creator is preparing us for things that we could never even imagine.
That's a fact. That's a fact. For me, I feel like as far as my mental, the verdict's still out. I still have, paranoia. You know what I mean? I still have trust issues. I still have problems with relationships. I still have what we was, not to go into what we was talking about earlier too much, because it's a different conversation. But I still have a complex of sometimes thinking that people who are for me could potentially be against me, and I work constantly, tirelessly at trying to grow past that. And some of it, and Johnny could probably speak to it as well. Some of the things that I've seen, or some of the things that happened to me, I don't think I have it in me to make sense out of it. I don't think so. I leave it alone. And I know that's not like the PC, the safe thing to say or do, but sometimes I just be like, all right, bet this happened. I was kidnapped before. I don't really, as a child, so I don't really I can't make sense of it. I don't know why it went down the way it went down. I don't know. I can't make sense of it. So I'm just like, all right, well, in life, sometimes some good shit gonna happen. Sometimes some bad shit gonna happen. You gonna figure it out. You gonna keep it moving. Famous photographer Gordon Puck said that regardless of what path you take, every road is paved with roses and thorns. So you're gonna get some good shit and you're gonna get pricked. You know what I'm saying? So I try to think about it like that, but I also try to, I try my best to not. I try to work on myself constantly. So like the version that you see, the version of Johnny, who Johnny is not going to be who Johnny is in 2 years, because he's going to have 2 years of being further removed from some of the darkest parts of his life and meeting young people and changing their lives and absorbing their stories and showing them love, in 2 years of, just growth. So I think I'm not healed. I do think about wild, destructive things. I don't process all of the bad things that happen, but I'm working with them at my own pace. And I think that's for me, the realest thing I can do, especially because I don't have, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I can sit here. We can talk about how much we love our people all day, right? We can talk about how much we love people. I can tell you love your. I can tell you love your people. I can tell. I can tell by how you talk about the town, how you love your people, right? Mm-hmm. One of them people like do something crazy around your kid. You're not my people. I'm. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? Everything I worked hard to build over these last 8 years, decade, or whatever, it's gone. Mm-hmm. And I know that everything shouldn't be that extreme, because sometimes it could be a mistake. Sometimes it could be whatever, right? How do we get to a point where we're given the benefit of the doubt? And I think I'm working on it.
Now, I appreciate you for just being transparent and vulnerable in this moment, man, because it's one of the things that, and this is the reason why your book is required material for my students this year, is the healing piece of us as men being able to express all of the things that we're told that we can't express. It was me reading through you having to compress your emotions after your cousin got killed. You couldn't even get a hug or tell your father that you were hurting. You had to pour liquor on it and pour some more liquor on it. And it's so, like, for me, the reason why I know that our stories is beyond us and our testimonies is beyond us is because we're providing a place of healing for other people who feel the same way. So I just appreciate you for being vulnerable in this moment, man. It's something that does affect you for the rest of your life. I tell E all the time, when I go into environments, like when we just went to dinner, usually I'm facing the door because I got to be able to see everybody as they're coming in. I can't have my back to the door. These are traumatic experiences that shape the way that we live our life and the people that we come in contact with. And so the greatest gift that I done had this year, I haven't did therapy yet, but I've just been working on opening up my heart space, man, and continuing to let love flow.
That's
because
right.
I got an elder who told me, he said, it's 2 things you're not going to let me do. You're not going to make me hate you, and you're not going to make me fear you. So I'm trying to move out of fear, and I'm trying to move out of hate and move into love.
No, bro, my bad, bro. I grabbed that. I grabbed that door seat. I grabbed that door seat. I had you though. I was gonna tell you it was behind you. I was gonna be like, "Yo, the oyster man shucking. He's shucking too much. Tell the motherfucker stop shucking, man. You keep shucking for." I had you, bro. My bad, bro. I had you, bro. I had you. My fault on that. I think about that. That back facing the door shit. It just feel like something on your neck. Like it feel like somebody is sitting on your neck when you facing the wall. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where I'm at. But maybe I'll get there though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
not with today's time. We don't need to get there. We need to be exactly how we are. I don't know what that is. Not something. That's a good thing to be doing. I don't care what nobody say. Shit. These niggas crazy. But yeah, man. What you got, man? I know you just be loaded, so I'm
man, I'll let you go and I'll come back with one, man. I'm just vibing, man. I'm just truly appreciative and thankful. Because it's one of those things that, sometimes we do this work and we feel like we're doing this work alone, or sometimes the reward ain't matching up. And sometimes the financial compensation don't be there.
Man, talk about it.
And there's a lot of things that I do and I give of my time and energies when I don't even be having nothing to give. And so it's like we have to make sure that we increasing our resources. We have to make sure that we showing up for ourselves. So I ask you, D, how do you practice self-care, and what's some tips that you would give to somebody who might be lacking in self-care?
I think for me, I just try to have a good time when I can have a good time. Like, I work a lot. So for me, like, I just tell myself, like, damn, bro, you are responsible for having fun every day. And if you don't have fun every day, you're not doing it right. You gotta reconfigure some shit, right? So my thing is, I like to laugh. I like to hear people tell funny stories. If I'm alone, I like to watch a lot of stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stand up shit is hilarious, and I just try to focus on that. But you just said something that was serious, like, and this is like you said the most important thing. This is the most important thing for anybody that's doing the work. It's not always going to feel like a win, and you're not always going to be compensated. And Who the fuck rapper said that shit? Might have been T Grizzly. When you real, you don't get nothing for it. So when you real, I don't even know I ain't even heard T Grizzly songs in a minute, but I know that one song. That dude said, when you real, you don't get nothing for it. And I think about the time I mentored this kid, bro, and like I had him with me a lot, and I picked him up a lot, and I took him around a lot, and I put his life together, job. Got him in college, helped him get a laptop, like helping him get his ID. Like, helping somebody get an ID is like that's life work. It's hard as shit. It's hard as shit to go in motor vehicles and get an identification card. And this kid, I did all of this, and the kid never showed up at the job, never went to the college. I don't even know what the hell happened to the laptop. He did none of this stuff. And then when I pulled up on him, it was almost like he forgot that we spent these months together doing this shit. And then I get mad at him, but I had to check myself and be like, yo, just because he didn't do what you think he was supposed to do, you can't throw him away, because that's what we do. We throw people away. People don't live up to our little standards and shit. Somebody's throwing me away right now because I didn't say something in one of these books that they thought I should have said. So they don't know me as a person. They don't know what the fuck I be doing. So they like, yo, if you know what, fuck him. He say this. He should have said this, but he said that. Not knowing that, well, maybe the editor took it out. But like, I can't throw you away because we need you, brother. And I went back around and I made it right with him. I made it good with him. And then he ended up getting bagged. Then he came home and he got killed. And the funny part about it is that he got killed. And I was hurt over that. But the crazy thing that come from that is it was like 15 little homies from around the way who saw the stuff that I helped him do, and it made them realign and readjust some of their shit. And I'm not saying they all doctors and shit, but like they saw somebody show love, and it made them think about the way they live their lives. And that's another part of the work too. But the work is, it's not always pretty, and you gotta pick that phone up. Somebody gotta be able to holler at you. It can't just be all tweets, and it can't just be all, oh yeah, let me shout you out on your birthday. Like, it's something like you gotta pull up, like you gotta this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's so I'm glad you said that, because that's a real part of it. Like, be the person who you needed, dog. Be who you needed coming up. Be who you needed when you was when you had that pistol. Be the person that you needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's so, I ain't gonna front you though. It'd be so hard to keep your ego out of it when you like, cause that little man gonna creep up on you and your shoulder like, bruh, you doing all this shit, nigga. You take it personal when they ain't doing something, even though they not doing something, because it's something up with them. Ain't got nothing to do with you. And it's just hard, bro. Like, we got our situation. Picking people up 2 years almost.
That's why I got this shit tatted, bro. Look at that. Look what that say.
Yeah.
Don't throw everything away over ego. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's a whole line.
Yeah.
You escaped the Rico. Why throw everything away over ego? Why? I gotta tell myself. I tell myself this when I fuss. Me and wife fuss. I'm like, yo. Somebody asked me this earlier. I'm like, yo, wait. Am I right? Or do I have an ego problem? And when I'm right, I'm like, yo, you know what? No, I'm gonna stand on that. And whatever happened, I'm gonna stand on it. But when it's ego, I'm like, you know what? I'm tripping. Like, I'm tripping. Like, and it's hard. It's hard, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
It's difficult, but it's necessary. Hey, baby, I'm wrong. It's my fault. Ugh, hurt. You know what I mean?
I gotta go both ways, though. That gotta go both ways.
It gotta go both ways.
Good luck on the other way.
Yeah.
That shit ain't, especially when you ain't married, that shit ain't happening. Ain't nobody she ain't getting up that leverage, boy.
But it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's the only way to be free. It's the only way to free yourself. You will never be free when people can just make you super mad, or when people can just knock you off your square, knock you, say things that just take you out your zone, feel like they can expose you or something. Like, you'll never be free. You gotta be free. Gotta be free.
Yeah, man. Shit. Speaking of free, man, for real. Was Jenkins and Herschel that much of some fuck niggas?
Jesus Christ. Yo, so
what? And was the show light? Was that shit light compared to what was really going down?
Yo, you remember the rapper in episode 2?
Yep.
It's my man, Young Moose. That's my dog. I've been writing about Young Moose.
Yes. Yeah.
And he just got like 300,000 from the city. He about to take him back to court. He just got 300 bands. Shout out my dog, because guess what? Because somebody from the fucking neighborhood decided to start putting that shit in the papers that they read. That shit was like 8 years of work, dog. 8 years of work. Now we here. 8 years of work. He got the money. I found out his lawyer called me up and told me what happened. I said, bro, go ahead and roll out, man. Go do something, man. You know, it ain't $1 gazillion or nothing, man, but you can start something somewhere and then kind of Baltimore, you know, because I know what this city do to people. Like, I know what you gotta have like a steel skull, you know, not to say he don't, because he's thorough. He's thorough, but you know, regardless of what you buy, regardless of what you invest in, every time you walk up and down the street, that's what people gonna see. They're gonna see that. They're gonna see a settlement, and they're gonna like feel like, you know, whatever. And he can handle it, but I just want to see him somewhere making music with Doug. So Herschel, the cop behind that, he poured, this is what they ain't making on the show. One time he poured beer on a girl and smacked her ass across the face with a glass. She sued for like $50K. One time there's a woman named Lillian Parker, a cafeteria worker selling church raffle tickets. He DDT and body slammed her ass, like, because he said she was selling dope. For the young kids who don't know what DDT is, I think you tap on the head twice and then drop them back. Wow. Boom. Right? To a cafeteria working church lady. She sued for like $100K. There's another time he was searching for drugs in a car and he broke a dude's arm. There's another time he was searching for drugs for a dude in the store, broke his arm. So like, you know, before any of this Gun Trace Task Force shit, this movie, this show, my articles or whatever, before I even wrote about him, he already had about $250,000 in misconduct settlements. So check this out. This is how this works. You work a job, right? Y'all work jobs, right? Y'all pay taxes, right? So this is how this works. Boom. So your tax dollars pay for his salary, him being a cop, right? But guess what else your tax dollars pay for? It's misconduct settlement. So instead of that money going into your district so your kids can get better technology and better textbooks and better teachers and shit like that, it's going to pay for him breaking a church woman's arm. This is how fucked up shit is. This is how that shit has worked for a long time. So Jenkins wasn't as bad as Herschel when it came to that. Herschel was into like physically hurting people. Jenkins was like, nah, I'm gonna figure out who the biggest drug dealers is, and I'm gonna rob them niggas. This motherfucker had like a bulletin board with pictures. He had pictures of cars. He knew who the girlfriends was. Like they robbed a girl. And got mad because she ain't had no money in the house. She had like, I think she had 50 dopes, like 50 heroines, and they took that and then he locked her ass up because she ain't had no money, and he got one of his partners stole the girl Chanel bag. Say, yo, what kind of shit is that? Like, and he gifted it to his girlfriend. This is how they was moving. But I mean, in his defense, Chanel bags are very expensive. Like, yo, Chanel bags are like the highest ones, I think. So maybe like under Birkins or some shit. So like, he's probably like, fuck that. I'm gonna go home and be like a top boyfriend. But Jenkins definitely robbed people for large amounts of money, and people had to pay that money, and they couldn't pay that money, and some of those people was murdered as a result. And that is another side of it too. That's another side of it too. But yeah, they was some fucked up guys, man. They was some fucked up guys, and then got mad when you ain't call him hero. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
Yo, ain't that some shit?
Just two lives in their head, two different lives in their head, just separating all the shit you did because you justified it because you saying you doing it to other bad people, so then we square.
The easiest way to be called a hero though, dog. That's the problem with policing in this country. All you got to do is be able to run a mile in like 30 minutes and get a fucking buzz cut, and they got to call you hero and pass a little test, and they got to call you hero. That's crazy. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Insane, bro. Insane. And I think the part, even like just from the show, that fucked me up the most was the very end with reading about the mayor and then the new police chief. I'm like, God damn.
Yo, it's Wild Wild West, bro.
Like, bro,
Baltimore, Wild Wild West, bro. It's Wild Wild West. It's Wild Wild West.
Like, and just knowing, and like I will say the one thing I like was seeing the inner conversations, even from a police chief who kind of wanted you kind of tell he didn't want to do all bad. He wanted some of the shit to change, but had to have a real conversation of, shit, I ain't even got no cops to work. So the ones that's working, I got to pay them overtime. And if they getting these guns off the street, why y'all worried about this shit? But then, you know, if they don't work, we gonna inflate the street problems by not going to work just to protest against your ass. And now we got so many of our brothers' dead bodies in the streets. And it's like, it's just a game that don't really give a shit, while the mayor is talking about don't take no money from our programs when she was taking the fucking money from the program.
Yo, so the black commissioner that took over for the white commissioner, right? D'Souza, even him coming in like, I'm gonna do it differently. He killed 3 niggas like before he got to that position. So it's like,
he earned the stripes for that one,
man, dog. So
working,
man. So I got a weird position in the city, bro, because like people know I do a lot with kids, with schools, right? So politicians, they see like the successful part as far as like my writing career, but then they see the community connections that I have, and they eat that shit up. So they all want to align. Like that motherfucker, he wrote me from prison. Like they all want to align, like because it can, like it looks good politically. Like, and I get mad because like something happened in the street. I might get like a dozen reporters ask me if I know something or if I can point in the right direction. I'm like, you're a reporter, dog. Go do reporting. Like I'm not no fucking like. You know what I'm saying? So I got a weird position because I know a lot of these people on a personal level, but I don't be doing like, I rarely, like I did something political for the first time this year for this girl that know my wife, and then for this dude Westmore that write these books. And I hated that I had to do it because I just don't like that shit, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, long story short, I got a weird position because I know these people, and I also kind of know they not shit. I know they not shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets even more weird because I'm not blinded by. I do research. Like I'm a history major. I'm a reader, a thinker. I put shit together. So I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, these people are great. Like I'm like, yo, let's see his record. Oh wow. Oh, a murder. Oh, another one. A black murder. Another one. Oh damn. So you only kill niggas? Like that's all you do? So it's difficult. It's difficult. Yeah. It's difficult.
And it's crazy because they're like in Omaha, I like talking to some of the older cats and ones that got out of the pen. Like one of our homies telling us all the street team and knowing by name what they used to do, and then just even some of the issues that we had. Remember the one cop lady that made national news, and they was Orozco, but never really told what really happened that day and how she got killed. That part. And you know what I'm saying? And we all knew what really happened, but they tried to they flipped it to a hero story real quick.
Same thing that happened with the dude from, what was that, Cops? The dude from Cops. The
one at Wendy's?
At Wendy's, the dude from Cops.
Yeah.
Got killed by police.
Yeah. So the little cameraman got killed by the police at Wendy's, and they just kind of swept that. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a dirty game.
Yeah, man.
It's a dirty game, man. It's a dirty game.
So I don't know what I ain't gonna say what the solutions are, but we can't vote our way out. We got to build our way out, like you said. And it's like literally taking action. You know, remember I told you, like this side of the 24th Street in Omaha, we went to the other side. You be like, what the fuck? This a whole nother place. And it's like, I told him, it's look like Chinatown over there, but Mexican. And they understand that any power you want come from what you own and your economics first. That part.
And people will argue that economics is not the key, right? They will argue that, but it's normally people that's not poor. So that's one. You know what I mean? If money not the answer, why you so tight with yours? But that's one. But two, like, there's a lot of things that can be done to make things better. One, let's try disarming a certain percentage of the department. Let's stop doing these traffic stops. They have been tragic too many times. You know, if let's let's figure out what rehabilitation is instead of going with what we do something that actually works, because it doesn't really work. Like there's stories where people come home from prison and they feel energized and they have like a hunger to be able to do something different, and then there's people who don't. So, but that's also life. Like that's fucking life. So it's not a proven system. These systems don't really work. And I think when you talk about restructuring a system or trying to change a system, people look at you like you're crazy because it's something that they never saw before. And I know I have to remind them, like, yo, at one point in history, people were saying that if you abolish slavery, it would be crazy. Right. It would be why it was a radical idea. Mm-hmm. So why is it, when you talk about abolition, when you talk about defunding, when you're talking about disarming, when you're talking about all of these different things, people look at you like you're crazy, but it's like nobody is trying to really sit down and figure it out. They're saying I don't know what politicians do in Omaha, but I imagine if they're like in Baltimore, the politician will tell you that they love the people, they care about the people, but when the police conversation comes up, oh, they're so brave. Oh, they're brave. And it's like, yo, how are you brave, dog? You just filled the job application out. How are you brave? You don't pull up to the shootout when it's happening. You pull up an hour later. You're not I lived in one of the most violent neighborhoods in America at one time. That shit was an article, the most violent neighborhood in America. I never in my life saw somebody say, oh, wait, the cops are coming, so now they're gonna defuse it. The cops were like, "Oh, I'm nigga shooting again. Shit,
yeah, I'm gonna wait.
I see you later." And then they come back, and they post up, but they don't like. Nah, so it's not a job where you react. It's a job that you react. You're not jumping into the fire. You are watching, and then you're filling out paperwork, and then you locking up people that look like me, and then you look in the mirror, and you walk in the house, or you walk through the airport with your uniform on. This shit, America's wild. One time I had some fatigue on. I had like a fatigue jacket on, right? And I had like some jeans and like some butters, like some boots and shit, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm walking through the airport, but I got this big fatigue coat on. And this old white couple was like, "Thank you for your service." And I was like, "You welcome."
Hey, let me get that 20%.
Yo.
I ain't gonna lie, I done used that before. I had on, back when, what was that, about 06, 07, when niggas was wearing the fake military shirts.
Yeah. Let me get that.
Shit, I took that 20% that day. I ain't gonna lie.
You beat me.
It was like
you beat me. Nobody never give me no 20%. But I definitely got like a mini standing ovation from like a fucking 68-year-old white couple.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. My homie, he was in ROTC at the time, and we was flying back. And the dude looked at his badge, said, "Oh, you military?" He was like, "Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be in the military."
Right. Eventually.
Man, they motherfucking flipped us to like first class.
Whew.
Just ran our bags. No, y'all good. Hey, put them on this belt. Walked us through. I'm like, the hell going on?
That's what it's good for. That's what it's good for, because they damn sure wasn't giving our grandfathers that GI Bill. We'll talk about that. They damn sure wasn't giving us that motherfucking them guaranteed loans. They slipped past that. He said, you can't get the guaranteed loan, but guess what? You can get the projects. Yeah. That's what FDR said.
Yeah, man, shit. It's just even talking to some of the OGs, like not Brother Marshall, but him too. Out in Carolina. Why do I always forget?
Brother
Walter Brooks talking about being in Nam when King died, and like just that, even being there, and why they had to go in the first place, because they was just literally telling them niggas like, we gonna lock your punk ass up if you don't go to the military, having to really choose, and then go out there and King died and looking at the white boys after they didn't have to do the still sitting at the back, getting mistreated, and like, what are we doing over here? Like, literally going through that motion of, what are we doing over here?
Yo, World War II,
in the middle of getting shot at, though. They literally was in the middle of getting shot at. Like, what?
World War II, dog. You got POWs chilling in America like they running a joint. Black soldiers can't even go get a sandwich. And I'm like,
I was reading about that.
Yo, it's so obvious. Yo, it's so obvious, dog, that like, and again, so when we talk about pain and trauma and all this shit, right? We have these big conversations. Another one for me is acknowledging how fucked up it is. So I could do two things. I can let that shit paralyze me. Like, yo, cops are racist, politicians are racist, fucking white people can't cook. Like, I can just really just sit here and just let this shit pick at me, right? Or I can say, you know what? I gotta go straight down this way. I gotta jump over this shit. I gotta spin around this shit. I gotta climb under this shit. I gotta duck and hope this shit don't hit me. And if I do all of that, I can have this, this, and this, and I can use these three things to elevate him, her, and her. And that's kind of how that's my whole, I think that's like the biggest strategy, you know, when I try to think about navigating this shit. Like, what do I have to fucking do, you understand, to be able to get something? How much bullshit do I gotta put up with, you know, to get something? And what does that look like? Because I do know not a lot of people, but I know some people who want to do things, who want to fight these systems, who want to change shit, but they can't get past that. It's fucked up. And it's like, dog, you gotta get past it. You gotta it's because what you gonna do? You know what I mean? You ever have a motherfucker give you a motherfucking one of them like a 6-hour argument about like Illuminati or something, and you like, all right, dog, I get it. It's okay. I'm pretty sure it's real. Now what?
Right.
Like, what you gonna do? You can't afford to go to war with them. You can't find them, you know, outside of YouTube. Like, what you gonna do? It's like, yo, what you gonna do? It's I feel you, my nigga. We right here.
Yeah.
But now what? What's the plan?
So we about to. I just lean in. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, no, shut the fuck up talking to me then. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Thanks for the info.
Thank you for telling me how Beyonce got famous. Thank you. I was wondering. Bro, I was wondering how she got famous. Okay, bet. Okay, bet.
I had some crazy. One of my best friends, thought Kevin Gates and P. Diddy was trying to kill him. And I just had to listen. And he was dead ass serious. And I was like, all right. I gotta be there for my homie, but we gonna unpack this another day.
He was right.
He was this. I couldn't. I damn near believe, like, yo, that's crazy, dog. But I gotta be there for this other shit. You know, we say when the phone pick up,
you gotta pick the phone up
because it could go a whole nother serious route if you ain't nobody gonna pick it up. So I was like, man, I'm at work, bro. I'm trying to get this coin, bro.
It's sick, bro. It's sick.
But it's crazy, man. Just like Johnny know me. I don't spend my wheels trying to figure. Yeah, cool. So hey, so we gonna do this or not? What we finna like? I'm king. All right, so thanks for the problems, but I hear you.
What we gonna do?
What we finna do then? So either we can do this or do that, or something else. Let me know. And I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna try to keep it pushing as always. Don't shit that I ain't did nothing that don't come with headaches and hurdles, bro.
Right.
I ain't did nothing yet. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't even get no ass without headaches and hurdles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, but look what you said. Look what you said. Some of the stuff Johnny had to overcome. Right. Mm-hmm. That's action, bro. Mm-hmm. That's work. Mm-hmm. That's self work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's don't look at it. I don't know how you talk in your normal conversations, but like what you where you at right now, that's fucking amazing, dog. It's amazing. Like, don't take it lightly. If you could do this, you can fucking do anything. The world is your oyster. Yo, let me tell you my first semester as an adjunct. My first time teaching adjunct, right? Okay, not my first adjunct job in a university. It's a difference. Like I told you, I was at the school called Sojourner. Yeah. But it fucked me up because the school was called Sojourner Douglas, and I'm like, damn, bro, that's a person. Wait. But it's like, yo, they fuck with Frederick Douglass and Sir. I'm like, damn, they was fucking. So look. Yo, man, Frederick Douglass, Fred crack anything. So look.
That's a wild boy. That's the type of niggas like, yeah, you heard it. No, that's a wild boy. That's all you can say. That's the definition.
I've been doing research on a dude lately, man. Frederick Douglass was a wild boy, man. He liked to drink, he liked to take pictures, man. He liked to freak out. Like, he was a wild boy. But look, check this out. So I meet this woman, right? I meet this woman, a dynamic, amazing sister, queen, Mama Coco's the Dutu Selassie, right? She's in a Netflix documentary called My Mother's Garden. She steals the show. Like, it's a beautiful documentary about black women. And
is that the lady from New Orleans?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But she been in Baltimore for like the last 30 years.
Okay.
So that's my OG as far as who helped me get my writing. Like, she got my shit tight. Like, she got my shit together for real. So like, cause she used to line me up and make sure like, like, young boy, you fucking up. That's how she talked though. You know what I'm saying? So she taught me a lot of shit. So when I met her, I was just got in the MFA program. She was already a doctor, but she was in that joint too. She was brand new too, right? And damn shit. Hold up. Damn, bro. Oh, so she was teaching at Coppin. She was at Coppin. Coppin having at the time, Coppin, they didn't have any they didn't hire a professor like maybe over a decade. Had a lot of white people in English department. This is HBCU, over 100 years old. English department looked like fucking Utah or some shit. It's real weirdo. She's telling me if I do my job, they gonna hire me, right? She gonna advocate and listen to her, And she fought for me. Like, they just hired my homeboy. He that first hire in like 14 years. He like only black man in the English department. You know what I'm saying? And they had like one black woman that been there for like a long time, but it's still like a heavily white male dominated department in the HBCU. That's just another story for another podcast. Check this out. I'm up there as an adjunct, right? So I'm gonna start as an adjunct, right? I'm pumped, nigga. Like, I'm pumped because like I feel like it's happening for me. I feel like it's coming for me, right? So like, I ain't never had I ain't know about dress clothes and shit like that. So I went and bought like a tweed jacket, like, yo, professor, wear this. This school, nigga. So I went to the Goodwill and bought the tweed joint. I got long arms, so the sleeve, the shit was stopping like right here, right?
That's a style though.
Yo, now, but look, I'm pumped up, right? So boom. I got like it was just Gino Diaz essay. This is how you lose her. I'm gonna have the kids reading, and I went in and I'm running off copies. And this is my first day, bro. I'm at the university. I ain't getting paid shit. They paying me $1,700 per class per semester, right? And I'm, they ain't paying me nothing. But at the end of the day, fuck that shit, bro. I will do some other shit to make money because I'm adjunct. I'm here. They gonna see my talent. They gonna see me, nigga. Like I'm gonna turn this shit out, right?
Yeah,
bro. I'm in there running papers off, man. This dude coming in, look me up and down and shit, right? White dude, he looking or whatever. So I look back. What's up? Are you the new guy? I said, what? He said, you the new adjunct? I said, yeah. He said, oh yeah, these kids are terrible. You're gonna hate it. This school is horrible. You're gonna hate it. Mind you, this is a white boy. They're talking about black students at a black school. You're gonna hate it, right? So I said, whatever, man. He said, no, I'm telling you, every day is gonna be a bad day. So I said, nah, a gun in your fucking mouth is a bad day. This is adjunct job. Fuck out my face, man. Don't say nothing else to me. So he got quiet, and I walked out, and I seen him for the rest of the semester, but he just would look away and shit, right? Right? And this is how funny this shit is, right? So this is like the person you have working with our kids, a person who's saying that being around them every day. I love them fucking kids, but I had so much fun at that school, dog. Like, I felt like I should be paying them to work there. Because we used to get work done, but we did creative assignments, but we had a good time. You saying every day around them is a bad day. So now I publish a couple little essays and my name started growing shit, right? Who's the biggest like fucking sucker like ass kissing muff? Oh, hey D. Oh, hey buddy. Like, blacks matter. Like, man, and I got the same energy, man. Leave me the fuck alone, man. You know what I mean? Because like this is how they treat regular. And then this is how they treat you when somebody else give you some type of attention. But the bigger part is this motherfucker probably had like 20, 30 some years at the school with our kids, graduating generations of scholars who you don't care about or who you don't want to be around because you settled at a HBCU when you wanted to be at that big white school and you settled because you don't found value in them kids and some sucker ass fucking department head hired you, who's probably think that you have something more valuable than a person like myself. My homeboy, his name Kondwani, he accomplished so much shit to get that job, bro. You don't even know. Like, Like he had to, I had to help him get recommendations. Fucking world renowned scholars. Like he got a recommendation from Ibram X. Kendi. Like this is how to get a job at a fucking school that a lot of people ain't never heard of. Right. Like we had to do world renowned fucking shit. Like to help him get this gig, and he got the gig. And guess who's the superstar of the school now? Who like they trying to put all their marketing behind him. And he had to fucking do. I'm talking about he had to jump through hoops while they was on fire, dog, to get this job. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know they say that black tax, you got to do twice as much to get half of what they got.
Man, listen.
Insane, bro.
And I think something that you was hitting on that's very big though is about like the perception of the teachers who dealing with some of our students. And so there's a book that I'm reading called The Guide for White Teachers Who Teach Black Boys. There's another book called The Guide for White Teachers Who Teach Black People in the Hood and everybody else too. But I think one of the biggest things is looking at how they see our kids and their potential. And so one of the studies, the disciplines that I use for my learning and stuff is tools of the mind. And one of the things with tools of the mind is it's very based off of the level of expectations you have for your children. So if you expect these kids to be bad, you're going to teach and educate them in a way where you're not going to give them your full.
Man, listen, you right. No, you on one. That's that energy. Yes. Why am I coming at you negative? Why am I coming at you? Why am I doing anything in life that I got to approach negative? Like, why am I even doing that shit? Why am I doing it? Oh man, I hate these burgers. I flip these fucking burgers, man. I ain't trying to flip these fucking burgers. Fuck these burgers. Man, I help you? You want to burger? Yeah,
I think it's because people haven't realized that they have the ability to design their life. And we got choices. We make choices every day. We get 24 hours to make nothing but choices. And I don't think people understand the power of the choices that they make because they think change come with big choices, but it start with small ones.
What is that? The seven
habits of
highly effective. Write your own fucking script.
Yes, sir.
Write your own script, dog. Write your own script.
Yeah, man. People don't like us, bro, because we get on their fucking head. And we love. But you heard like the young sister that was there, she like wanted to do the pod with us, but she know we gonna give some real criticism, or not even criticism, critiquing, because criticism is usually something negative, but just critiquing, and like it's okay to go back and forth. Like checks and balances exist for a reason.
But you know what's crazy? Not now. In this new era we in, nuance is gone, bro. Nuance is gone. Nobody want to go back. You got to pick a side. You got to check the boxes.
And stay over there.
That's popping on social media. You got to be aligned with whatever the come. People say something that's so fucking lame, bro. They be like, so let's say a television show come out, right? Let's say Jimi Hendrix show about to come out, right? And they play the first 2 episodes. People will say, how do we feel about this new show? And it's like, what do you mean? How do we feel? Motherfucker, how do you feel?
Right.
Why do you have to align with we? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Oh, we don't like it? Okay, bet. That's how people moving now. It's scary, bro. Like it's scary. Like we fight. Oh, black people not a monolith, and then us continue to and then continue to elevate monoliths. Motherfuckers who think and talk the same.
Everything's the hype beast, bro. Everything is a hype beast. And like even whether we talking, literally, I done showed them like my little shoes and shit. You don't see no popular shit. But they be like, damn, this shit's cold. But I'm like, I just try to figure out what the fuck I like. Not what you tell me to like. I don't watch half the shows niggas watch. I don't know. I'm like, I'm still working on Top Boy. And most people don't even know that just because it's European.
That shit fine.
I'm still working. I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out what I like. I don't know.
But you gotta watch Atlanta, bro. Fuck that. You gotta watch Atlanta, bro. You gotta watch Atlanta, bro. You gotta watch Atlanta, bro.
I haven't seen the last season, but yeah, that was fire, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the last season.
Oh my god, yo!
I only seen part of season 2. Season 1 was so phenomenal, bro. Like the writing, the cinematography, all of that, bro. Like Donald Glover's a genius.
I seen most of it. First of all, because being around niggas, you gonna see it. So I done seen most of it. I gotta sit and
treat yourself, bro. Get some popcorn, man. Lay back, man. Treat yourself, bro. Treat yourself.
I be busy, bro. I gotta crack these turntables. I got shit to do. I got gigs. I will spend for food out here. Nigga, mixtape. I don't know. Let me stop saying. See, I done put that
I
out.
will, I will do your next 4 gigs so you can catch up, bro. I will do your next 4
I'm gonna
gigs.
show you where the air horn is at and the gunshots.
You said
good to go.
Just play Young Boy. We good.
Yeah, I hear.
Gonna play Young Boy. Play Young Boy. I'm running this shit.
Big Boogie and motherfucking what's some local shit. You might kill the 19-year-old party.
Man,
You the hottest nigga in the city.
At home, they play local shit at home. They play tech, they play moose, and then they play outside. They play a lot of Dirk. They play a lot of Lil Baby and a lot of Dirk.
The same.
Kids love, man. Kids love Dirk, man. Dirk got the kids in the trans back home, man.
Same here. Too. Yeah, same here. They all walk like Dirk and Young Boy. Literally, I'm like, damn, y'all walk just like them. Y'all crazy.
It used to be Bibby and Herb though. Yeah. Everybody was trying to be G Herbo.
Yeah, Bibby and Herb, man. Bibby and Herb, man.
Yeah,
Bibby had a good voice, man. Mm-hmm. Herb was a good teenager, man. He's a good teenage rapper, man. Sometimes you age when you get older, you don't really grow with the, it's hard to make that transition from the streets to the mainstream. That's why, that's why they probably do give a lot of credit to Dirk, because he's like probably one of the only ones out in that era that has like
sustained.
Because I when I first heard of Dirk, the kids were saying Chief Keef was old. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was like, damn, this nigga's like 12. He's like, nah, Chief Keef, nah, fuck that. I was teaching, so I was substitute teaching and shit, right? This is when I was the agile. I'm substitute. I would get the money. I'm substitute teaching, right? Mm-hmm. Had fun like a motherfucking substitute, man. We used to play basketball against the kids, man. I had a my big fella, he was a math teacher, but he like played ball at some college. This nigga was like 6'8". So when we used to have the students versus the teacher, man, to kind of on court, bing, 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 toss it up. Big fella catch a motherfucker from anywhere. Bow, Lob City. Like, yo, we used to fuck them students up. Like, yo, big fella used to put that work in, yo. Big fella used to put that work in, but he was one of them dudes that he ain't just dunk when he dunk on you. He one of the motherfuckers that dunk and all that shit, right?
Trying to teabag you, wrap his legs around your head.
Oh man, he's sick, bro.
Yeah.
So, but when I first started subbing, I'm teaching at the school in the neighborhood, and I don't know the kids, but I can look at their face and see who their father was. I can look at them. Oh, I went to high school with their mother. Like I know these kids, right? I know these kids on it. Yo, I could have been your father. Sure. Like that's how I know these kids, right? That's how I used to joke with them and shit. But they wasn't listening to me. They went initially, and I couldn't get through because I would try to do my little lessons and I incorporate like Illmatic or some shit. And they'd be like, yo, Mr. Watkins, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, yo, y'all don't fuck with Nas, y'all don't fuck with Hov? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, nah, I don't fuck with that, right? So I said, then that's crazy. And this is like 2011 for me, 2010, 2011 for me. And I'm like, yo, who y'all fuck with? Who y'all listen to? Oh, we listen to Lil Herb. That's for G Herbo. Listen to Lil Herb, Lil Bibby, Fredo, L.A. Capone, Rondo number 9, Chief Keef. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is these niggas? Like, I'm like, who is that? And so instead of me taking that approach, like old head approach, oh man, y'all young fellas don't know about no rap, you young punk. You know what I mean? I said, why you like them, right? And I would sit down with them and I would listen to it, and I'd be like, oh okay. And it fucked my head up because this is the first time in my life I was like, damn, these kids. They get all my music was on like iTunes at that particular time. These kids, all their music on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Everything on YouTube. It's like a cult. So I learned about the rappers. I learned who was beefing with who and what part of Chicago. This was all Chicago shit. I learned about when they killed the kid L.A. Capone, and they I can't think of the kid. He used to be with Chief Keef that kept getting shot up.
Lil Reese,
yeah. So they breaking all the shit down to me and they explaining it to me, and then I just started incorporating that shit into my lessons, and I would have them like be journalists and just like do articles about the music, and then I broke through, and then I was killing that shit, and then I stopped teaching. Then I started teaching at the University of Baltimore. I ended up getting a gig at University of Baltimore because I just needed that time to write, but. I got in there because I had to listen to them and I had to come and respect their world, and then they started respecting my world. Like, oh, okay, well, let's see who old head listen to. Like, why you like these old ass niggas? What's the locks? Them niggas sound 70.
Shout out to the locks, man.
Shout out to the locks, man. Jada got the best verses, man.
Hey, that verses was crazy.
Yeah. Jada got the verses champ, man.
Yeah, it's funny because just hearing you talk about that, using that, reminded me of my class when I was first starting using the music to even literally bring out themes of, I guess you can say, public health, more just life shit, bro. Like
Absolutely.
I literally had a theme on community gang violence, had a lesson on mental health, and had to get all these songs together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a lesson on fatherlessness and the issues with that. Had to get like literally
taught a full class based off of To Pimp a Butterfly.
yeah, like just off of that, and to how to capture them. Like I always, the first class, I was up on most of their stuff, but the students don't know. They put me on half of this hip shit.
Yo,
Hey, what you like about that? Let me, man, bro. I remember one dude was like, "Man, you gotta listen to Maxo Cream. You got to." I was like, all right, let me get it. I was like, damn, I fuck with Maxo. But you know what I'm saying? It ain't, I don't fuck with everything he talked, but I'm like, yeah, this shit kind of rocking.
But you need to, if you want to be effective, you have to speak that language.
Yeah.
If you don't speak that language, you're not going to be effective. It's impossible. You got to speak the language.
You got to know at least the reference points in which they're coming from. So just them saying something, you say a slick ass line, like, oh, you know about.
Even if you fucking hate it. Even if you hate it. Even if you hate it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, I'm not teaching, you know, high school kids and middle school kids anymore, but I'm still going to jails and I'm still going in spaces, you know, where the culture is different from mine. So you need to have a finger on that shit if you want to be impactful, or you're going to be that same person who you didn't listen to when you were younger because they was like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you want to listen to this? Oh, what is Outkast? And you like, yo, Outkast is shit. And they like, no, hell no, man. No, custom De La Soul one. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, yo, this shit, two things can be true. Like, but they not trying to hear that. They might not be trying to hear that. So they you lose respect for them because they don't understand your world.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm looking like, nigga, we burning the midnight oil in this bitch.
This is one of them conversations that could continue to go on, man, because
Two-part.
You got a wealth of knowledge. So I guess I'll end it on this. What's 3 or 5 books that shift or changed your life that we need to read? This is for our listeners out here. What's 3 to 5 books out here that changed your life that we need to read?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. For sure. So one of them, I gotta get credit where credit due, is The Coldest Winter Ever, because Sister Soldier definitely taught me that a family who was in the streets like mine story deserved to be told. So I definitely think that was important for me. I don't know if that would be impactful for another person, but I know it was impactful for me. Another book I would say is Richard Wright, Native Son, because that was the first time I realized I can be at war with the protagonist. I was at war with him because I'm like, why are you hanging with them? Why are you putting her in the oven? She's not even dead, nigga. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was so mad at his disposition, how, you know, and how he moved, that I was into this book. And normally you into like a hero story, but he's like, you understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, I'm fighting with him like he one of my goofy homeboys. Like, yo, you fucking the money up, like, you know. So that was, you know, that kind of it caught me up, and it had me thinking about art in a different way. And the third one I would say is, damn, bro, my reading list is fucking, yo, my shit is ridiculous, bro. But like, and I try to stay away from. Okay, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go on a stretch for this one. Homeland Elegies, not Hillbilly Elegy. Hillbilly Elegies was bullshit. Shit was a New York Times bestseller. It was fucking weirdo. They was trying to cater to some Trump crowd that can't read. They wouldn't read. They just not book by. But they promoted that book and it blew up. But Homeland Elegies is what you call autofiction. It is a book that is really true but the author doesn't want to write a memoir, and they like to embellish, so they make it like a novel based on their life. It's fucking hilarious. It's brilliant. It's done by a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright. He crushes that shit. Homeland Elegies. It's about a Pakistan Muslim kid who has a father that is Trump's physician, and Trump talks his father into spending the family money on a gas station so he can be a mogul, and he goes broke. Yo, it's fucking hilarious. But at the same time, this kid is coming up as a playwright, and he like meets the love of his life, and she gives him like syphilis. Like, yo, this shit is fucking good. Yo, this shit is good, bro. Like, yo, this shit is fire, bro. Like, this shit is fire. And I think that book will. That all three of them books have different meanings. So the soldier book, I'll get these long ass answers. My fault, bro.
Hey, listen, bro, we loving it.
Yo, the soldier book allowed me to see myself in literature. It allowed me to understand that, okay, you from the street or whatever, you don't got to be some type of, white person to be able to be represented in literature. Even though, what you're doing in life is not what you should be doing or whatever, but you still mean something. Richard Wright book, and I can say the same thing for Black Boy in a different way. Being hyper curious about a world that just doesn't fuck with you, and what does it mean to come up in that? And even the liberals don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Native Son taught me how nuanced and complex the narrative can be. And then Homeland Elegies is really important that you don't mix these two up. Hillbilly is terrible. Hillbilly Elegies, he's like the respectability politics person for white people. So he's like, put the opioids down, put your pants up, and go be millionaires. It's like his rhetoric is shit, right? But Homeland Elegies is gonna be what I'm aiming for at the next level of my career. I want to take my creativity to a level. The last two books, the last book I wrote was The Wire has a 20th anniversary art book coming out, and I wrote all of the content for that. And then before that, I ghost wrote a book for an athlete that I can't say. And then before that was a Black Boy Smile, and the Carmelo book, and We Speak for Ourselves. And I didn't want to write We Speak for Ourselves, and I initially didn't want to write Black Boy Smile, but I felt like I have to. I'm so sick of talking about myself. I'm sick of that shit. But the publisher companies, they want it, and it's a business. But I'm happy I wrote Black Boy Smile because I got a chance to write about my wife and my daughter, and I didn't have that in my body of work. I just only have stories about the women who I don't even like care about or anymore. I don't fuck with them like that no more. But so I can't have that floating around and not have my future down. But I want to write fiction, and I want to write that novel, and I want to tell that story. And Homeland Elegies gives me the space to really, 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 the shit that we can't talk about because of statute of limitations. Guess what you can do in a novel? You can talk about it. Novels are actually truer than nonfiction because you can really, 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 like, you can go in for real. So, sorry for the long answer, but they might.
You better hit up Kendrick, man. He getting with South Park for they little show that they gonna test out. Kendrick Lamar is writing with South Park.
Oh, word.
Yeah, like, hey, hit him up. You better call D.
Yo, Tamron Hall said that that was the first thing she said when she interviewed me. She was like, she said that shit on air too. Like, your book reminds me of Kendrick's album. Did he read this? Because Father Time sounds like something. And I was like, I don't think so, Tamron, but you know more people than me. Call that nigga, man.
It's in the parallels. I mean, it's divine timing. So thank you for that body of work,
yes, sir. And I can't let you get out of here without plugging yourself. So I know you hate talking about yourself, but when it's time to get paid.
Yo, I'm on social media at D Watkins World. My new book, Black Boy Smile, is out. I'm super proud of it. I think anybody that been through any type of situation in life where they felt like, you know, you had to be whatever, the toughest person in the world, bulletproof and all that shit. It's okay to say how you really felt about that situation, because the younger people need to know that we humans, we ain't fucking superheroes. I mean, we are when it comes to how much we love our people, but we feel pain just like you.
Yes, sir, man. It's been a blessing, and we got to make this a trilogy because we got a whole lot of
My
stuff.
bad, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
No, I'm saying we got so much we could get to. It's insane.
Yo, can one of y'all get a flick of us while we got all the gear on?
We got you. We ain't.
I'll post it and put the link out so people can
Yes,
check
sir.
it out, man. We got to blow the podcast up, man.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. We appreciate it, man. But y'all know we in here, man. It's been a day. Yeah, we got. Hold on.
We almost finished.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, but it's been a day. And that's it. I say that in a good way. Most people like it's been a nah, everything ain't bad.
That part.
But it's been a day, and I appreciate you, brother, for coming all the way out to Omaha, Nebraska.
Man.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you beat the College World Series traffic. So
Not yet.
Oh yeah.
I gotta see what happens tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be good going out. It's the coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's about to get a whole nother level of trouble out in this piece, man. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna do this live. And like we not finna just take some more photos and shit. Like he don't know the routine. We finna take some photos.
I mean, I need my own, bro.
We just
I know I got them now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We on camera with it. Yes, sir. We got them. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming through and then even stopping through the pod, bro. And I hope we can get you back out here so you can literally experience the city, bro. Like actually show you what this city is about.
Yeah, I would love to come out, especially sound like that Juneteenth about to be live, bro.
Man.
Oh yeah, man. We got a whole lot of shit because it's not even. It's two different festivals going on. Like Tink is headlining one, and then we got the one on 24th Street at the parade with LaRussell coming from the Bay Area.
It's gonna be fire. I already know.
So we appreciate you, bro. We gonna get up out of here. Probably kick the shit for a minute because he ain't going to sleep.
Yeah.
Man, we might run across the street, you know what I'm saying? See some Negroes across the street real quick. But yeah, man, it's Giddy Jicky with it.
It's your other host, Johnny No Good.
I got D Watkins in the building.
Yo, peace and love, man.
Sir, peace,
See
man.
you out here.
Take it easy.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets.